Alright, video gamers, we have successfully brought our way to a conclusion for Kingdom Come Deliverance. I will now spend the following 6 hours of the review riding northwards to go pick up some money while we while we talk about the game. Yay, clappy, clappy, clappy. That was the ending. That's the epilogue. We got the ending earlier. But it doesn't really have like an epic. I guess we can talk about the story first, since we're on the subject. So, well, I guess overall. So what is Kingdom Come Deliverance, right? It's a immersive medieval simulator, kind of a little bit low budget, but arguably a well spent budget for what it is, right? Kind of rivals a lot of games with significantly bigger budgets, and does a really good job of like focusing on the things that I think are important. You haven't left the map and completed the game, so how can you know what your opinion about the game is when you haven't finished? I can't. That's the thing, right? That's the thing that I don't get either. That's what these modern reviewers do. So simply enough, the story of the game is you are Henry of Skalitz, this blacksmith's boy who gets embroiled in this war-torn diplomatic intrigue thing. Like your Skalitz gets destroyed. You kind of go on a quest of revenge because you want to take revenge for the death of your father and to get the sword of Sir Radzig back. And as you're doing this, things transpire, things happen in the world that cause you to get involved in this kind of like huge broiling mess of politic and intrigue that I guess eventually leads you to learn that Radzig is not just a random lord, he is your father, and there are like more things happening than you first imagined, I guess. I think what if I set the music volume up a little bit while we do this? In-game music volume. I think that I think the story in the game is a little bit whatever. I think it has some good characters. Like Henry's a good character, Radzig is a good character, Havs is a good character. Divish? Not Divish. Is it Divish? What's the... No, Hanush. Hanush is a good character. I think these guys are, like, overall pretty decent, and I enjoy the stuff with them. Some of the other characters are, you know, a bit hit and miss. I don't think the villains in this are particularly good. I forgot who the villain was until we saw him again. And he's like, you zombies, meet again. I was like, I have no idea who you are. The villains feel very like tertiary a bit, right? Like you rarely encounter them, and when you do, it's only for like brief moments. Bold Dude is the main villain, John Bold. I have no idea who John Bold is. So I think from like a villain perspective, the game is kind of a little bit uninteresting. For the most part, you're doing this villain. You know he's healed because he doesn't have any hair. I fell off my horse.
What's the matter with you?
Other than the random bandits on the side of the road or hiding behind trees. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, the game is a little bit... The princess is in another castle, right? It's a lot of, like... It's a lot of, like, John Bold. Oh, I mean... I don't feel like he's the main villain of the game, though. He's not even in the game. I don't know if I can call someone that's like not even a part of the video game a villain, but I guess. I think that it's very much like your princess in another castle, right? Like all you're kind of doing in the game is just kind of like trying to find these people. And that just involves like, oh, Henry, we need you to go talk to the charcoal. Oh, there's been an attack. Go talk to the charcoal burners. Go talk to this person. Go do this activity. Oh, this thing. Oh, hang out with Hans. You know, it's like a lot of like events that kind of transpire to move you towards a plot without necessarily those events having any connection to each other, right? It's like you hang out with Hans, and then something happens, then you he gets killed by some humans, then you there's like a raid at Neuhof, and you go there, and it turns out one of the people was also part of the gang that attacked you at Skalitz, and that leads you to a different thing, and that leads you to a different thing, right? It's a lot of like, oh, then there's a thing at the monastery, and then you find out that the thing at the monastery is also related to the thing at the, you know, which is fine, but like, I feel like the story is not the main draw of this game. I wasn't really like engaged in doing the story at any point. Didn't feel like super exciting. Like, oh, what's gonna happen next? I would say the story's like overall okay. The ending feels. I didn't remember this before now, and I might not have felt this way without Kingdom Come 2, but it feels very much like a, you know, there's something else coming, right? Like it's kind of like a nothing burger ending. You find you find John Villain guy, and he kidnaps your father, and then he gets to escape, and he releases your father, and that's the ending. That's the end of the game, right? So it feels it doesn't feel bad, but it's just like a little bit like, all right, that's like story, I guess. Let's stop the review for 1 second. Let's see how much money we have. So the meme here is that every day since we rebuilt this place, we should be making about 2,000 groschen. So let's see.
Hey, who's that?
92,000. Oh my god. Hey, it's me, John Rich. Alright, let's head back down again.
Yeah.
So yeah, from a sort of perspective, like I don't think the story would be like my main selling point. I don't think this is like very memorable. There's probably a reason I didn't remember most of the story. I didn't remember that Henry was Radzig's father, or that Radzig was Henry's father. I didn't remember that part, you know. And I feel like there's probably a good reason for that. It's not like super interesting or intriguing. It's like very middle of the road. I remember more of the side quests. I actually think the side quests are like overall really good in the game. They're very varied, have interesting characters in them, and are usually feel worth doing. I would say the one drawback is just that there's too many of them. Like, if we jump in game and we go to like side activities here, quest log side, or done, I guess. Side quests. You know, like, and plus these like activities which are like semi-side quests, right? Oh, there's no more tournaments anymore, I guess. You know, there's just a lot of them, and I would say most of them are worth doing. They can feel a little bit oppressive. I don't know exactly how much I've spent in this playthrough yet, but like, it's probably been at least like 130 hours, maybe a bit more. And the vast majority of that was spent doing side quests. And we're playing on hardcore, so that means I also have to manually ride around, which extends the time a bit. And I guess that's one thing that I would say from like a hardcore perspective, which is an optional difficulty, right? But this game does suffer a little bit from what I experienced with other games like Skyrim 2 that weren't designed for, that were designed with fast travel in mind, which is that a lot of the quests feel like they were meant for fast travel. So as an example, is like you might be in Rattay, and some guy in Rattay is like, "Hey Henry, can you go pick up my sword in Sasau for me?" And you're like, "All right, sure." You go to Sasau, and the guy's like, "Oh, the sword. Yes, we wait for a shipment from the charcoal burners in Ushitz." Then you're out to Ushitz, and it's like, "Oh yeah, we would have done that, but unfortunately, we haven't received our payment yet from the Lord in Rattay." And then you ride back to Rattay, and I was like, "All right, here you go. Ride back to Ushitz, ride to Sasau, ride back to Rattay." An extreme example, right? But there are a few quests that feel like that, where it's like, run to this place, talk to one guy, run to this place, talk to another guy. And that can feel a little bit tedious over time. So, with, I guess since we're on, voice acting in this game, there's like 4 characters that are well voice acted, everyone else is mid to garbage. Surprisingly enough, a lot of the like Tudossi. Surprisingly enough, a lot of the like regular NPCs feel like they have better voice actors than some of the main cast. Like Hanush, or not Hanush, Divish. Divish voice actor is terrible. Just not good at his job. Respectfully. And it's like very, 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 very noticeable. He has like the most milquetoast like. Wait, Henry, what do you? What? It's like hard to even do poor voice acting that bad. It's like, Henry, what do you mean that they have taken the castle? That bastard. He makes me so mad. I am so angry. I could really just. Ooh, I'm mad right now. You should get fired respectfully, yeah. Which is fine, right? Like, one thing we should be talking about at the end is like budget, right? Like, this is a low budget game. This wasn't a $600 million game, so money had to be spent in places, and I would argue it probably shows like smartly where to spend their money. So from that perspective, overall fine, I think. I think where the game shines and what arguably does best, and maybe what they did best, and we can probably combine visuals and gameplay here, is immersive medieval gameplay. You know, they set out with a goal to create a believable, immersive medieval world, and they did this through both the gameplay and through the landscape, right? Like, if you look at the landscape here, this game has some of the most believable landscape I think in maybe any game. Like, look how dense this forest is. If you just ride into this forest right now, like, this is one forest in the game. Underbrush, very believable. The tree density, very believable. Like, it feels like I'm in an actual forest right now. And if you look at the map, which is very, very well made, by the way, a super good stylized, awesome map that does a good job of combining readability with like fitting the art style of the game. Like, look at all this forest, look at all this landscape here. You know, it's just so much. It feels like there's so much attention to detail with what the landscape looks like. I don't know where I could go. Actually, let's ride back a little bit. So that feels like almost unparalleled. I don't. There's not a lot of games like Red Dead Redemption 2, you know, or like game that I would put above this in terms of like realistic landscapes. So that's a game that had like a budget of like 500 million. The budget of this was like maybe 50 million, maybe less. Let's look that up real quick. KCD1 budget. With a total spending of 36 million, including marketing and external costs. So like the cost of the game was like 20 million. With marketing, it was like 40 million. So like double the price. That's kind of crazy that I'm comparing the like immersiveness of the landscape to a game that, you know, cost 10 times the budget, right? Easily. And you just see it in everything. Like, just the way all this is set up, it's so impressive. It must have taken so much time to do. This is something that you just plop into like an automated generator, right? Like, a lot of this would have to be handcrafted to look this way. Just a crazy amount of attention to detail. Everything feels real and lived in. The paths feel real. Where a road is feels real. You know, oh, there's a little like a riverbed here. A little like bridge over it. Where the castles are feel real. Where the fields are. And just looking out at this, you know, it feels a bit like you're playing. What was it for? Was it for Skyrim with Todd, where it goes like, that mountain? Yeah, you can climb that. You know, like that's unironically this, right? Like, everything here you can go to. You will get to a point where if you're at like the edge of the map, which they do a good job of kind of like cordoning off behind like forests and stuff, right? But you do get to the point where it's like, oh, you can't actually go there. But everything we're looking at here, right? All of this is like travelable terrain. No loading screens, nothing, right? Yeah, random NPCs walking the road. Same goes for this, right? Like, some of the stuff is saying in the distance there, you can't actually go all the way up over there, but it still looks really real and really vast, right? It looks like a super huge, expansive world. And one of the React videos we watched during playing this, right? Watched the GTA San Andreas one, where they talked about like how the world felt really, really big. I don't know if I agree with that necessarily for GTA San Andreas. Obviously, as a kid I did, but I don't know if I would now as an adult. But one of my contentions was that he said, "Oh, it's the rivers do that," and this game also does segment the map with rivers. But I don't think that's what makes the game feel big. I think it's the way that they create distances and they use like the forests and hills and the roads and how big the towns are and stuff like that. That really makes it feel big. That feels really good. And we can probably look at the Rat Haven when we get there, right? But like all the little like buildings and stuff too. All of this looks, it just feels so natural. Like this just feels like a real farm where real people live. A lot of they reuse a lot of the buildings, and there's not a lot in these buildings, right? But the fact is still that like a lot of this you can enter. There's probably going to be at least one farmhouse here, and I can go inside the farmhouse probably. Yeah, I can just go in here if I want to. She can't stop me. And then they just have, you know, there's just stuff lying around. You can loot stuff. There's some stuff on the shelves sometimes that you can loot. I can eat from their pots. The people actually like interact with you when you're here, right? They don't just let you like run around in their homes. Arguably they're a little bit too suspicious, but still, it's really good that like she will just follow me now because I'm in her yard. Like she won't stop. She'll just be like, what are you doing here? I'm not in a private area or anything. But because she saw me, and she's like, "Oh, what is this person doing here?" She'll just keep following me. You know, it's like really well done, considering the budget of the game, right? And like I said, we'll get to the towns when we get to Rattay. I'll show like how well made the towns are too, but really impressively scaled, right? Like Rattay isn't like a huge town with 1,000 buildings or anything, you know. It's not like what's the big town in RDR2 called again? I forgot about. It's not like a huge capital city with 100 buildings or 1,000 buildings. Despite the fact that you can't enter most of those in GTA and you can enter most of them in this, but it still does a good job of like capturing what a town or a city would feel like in this type of world, right? Just really strong from that perspective. I feel super immersed when playing this, and that just comes from all the attention to detail. It's also fun playing this game on hardcore, where it's like I have to learn where all the paths go, and because I played the game as much as we have, I pretty much know how to navigate anywhere on the map now without having to look at the map. If you were like, oh, get to this location, I could probably get there within 5 minutes, no problem, right? That's also a really fun part. They do have a bit of like a random roadside encounter, a random road event type system, kind of like you had in RDR2, but it's very basic, which once again budgetary reasons, right? And that's something that I would love for them to expand on, because it is cool in this, but I would love to see more of it, right? Like now it consists of there's a couple of NPCs you can encounter, there's some merchants, there are random villagers kind of walking on the road, but they're like just completely random. They have no like purpose in their walking. And there's like encounters, like bandit encounters and stuff. It does a good job of just keeping the roads, you know, always a little bit surprising, but they're not like crazy interesting or anything like that. So yeah, other gameplay, right? Like the RPG elements in the game are fun. The leveling up and stuff always, it still feels grounded enough that you're not like doing it one time and then you suddenly become the craziest fighter in all the 7 kingdoms or whatever. But you do increase the power, and it does make you significantly better than you were before, especially when it comes to things like stealth or speech. And all the perks are also super interesting. They, instead of just being a perk that's like, for the most part, I should say, instead of just being perks like, oh, this gives you a +1 to your stat or whatever, they're usually perks that like, oh, this makes you better when you're at low health, or this makes it so that you see more items when you pickpocket someone, or this gives you additional options when you talk to people, you know, things like that, which I think are cool. You also have to like pick stuff that are different, right? Like burgers should pop up in a second if it didn't already, because I picked to be better at doing activities when inside a city compared to being better at activities in the wilderness. I don't know if burger already popped up. I think it does when I cross this bridge or something. Well, it might at some point. A burger. So I think that's cool. I think the combat in the game is fun, but it has one significant problem, which is that master striking is boring. It's boring because you end up in weird fights where it's like all you're trying to do is hit the enemy, and all they're doing is just master strike, master strike, master strike, so much parry, master strike, master strike, so much parry over and over again, and that just gets tedious over time. I think. Like I don't want to deal with having to constantly 24/7 either master strike myself or wait for the enemies to like let me get a hit in. You know, I would rather the enemies like master strike should either be a player thing or it should be a rare thing for some really important NPCs, or just don't make it a thing at all, right? Fighting multiple people in the game, arguably, you know, like realistic that is difficult to fight multiple people, but I think the game makes it unnecessarily tedious. Where it's like, I know this guy to my left, but you know, you'll try to like, you're fighting this guy behind you, and you have to like wrestle the cursor away from this guy to aim at this guy, and it's really difficult, really tedious. And while you're doing that, this guy's just gonna hit you in the back. So you're trying to like move around, and they're like outmaneuvering you, and even if you're like up against a wall, they're just getting like weird positions. They're like squeezed behind you and stuff. So that can be really annoying, I think. And I suppose something that I would hope they improved on the second one. I don't think fighting 3 opponents should be an easy thing, but I think that at Henry skill level, and he should be able to like handle it a bit better. And I would, and I think the difficulty in this doesn't come from it being hard to find multiple opponents in real life. It's just janky, right? So those are like complaints about it. I do really like the way that armor functions and how items function, right? The more armor you have, the more natural tank you are, the better you can fight multiple people. If I'm wearing what I'm wearing right now, my little like roleplay gear, if I fight 3 opponents, I just die. They'll just stab me to death immediately. If I'm wearing my heavy armor, which is, you know, some of the best armor in the game, I can fight 5 opponents and they'll have trouble bringing me down. They'll do it eventually, right? But at least they'll have to pay a little bit to do so. So that's really cool. Oh, I did initially want to do a like an agility run though. I wanted to be like, oh, I'm gonna not wear armor. I'm going to do, you know, just dodge around, weave around, fight them using quick weapons. And the jankiness of fighting multiple opponents is why I didn't do that. Because while that works really well against one guy, the problem is twofold. One, dodging is not powerful enough to warrant building around it. It doesn't give you enough advantage in combat. It's not like, oh, I dodged him, now I get to strike him for free or something. It's just, you dodge, he's just going to keep hitting you, or you try to hit him, he master strikes you, you don't have armor on, GG. Have fun, you're dead. If you're fighting multiple opponents, one of them hits you, GG, you're dead, right? So it doesn't, like, being maneuverable doesn't really matter in the game. Having heavy armor is so powerful that nothing else comes close, and arguably, sure, that's, you know, that's a design choice they went for, and that's fine. But I would love for the ability to, like, have more advantage being, like, a very nimble character and, you know, fighting like a rogue. I think that could be cool. But they would have to fix like, master striking and fighting multiple opponents to really give you a chance at doing that. Other than that, a lot of the stuff that they do for immersion, right, is like the fact that you get you can get dirt in the game and beat up, and depending on how dirty and beat up your characters will behave differently towards you. They might like you more, they might like you less, or they might be more or less suspicious of you. That's cool. It gives you a reason to like keep running up to these like water barrels and cleaning yourself. I can't get any cleaner. Keeps you coming back to towns, gives you a reason to go to the bathmaids. Just great. It just makes the game feel a little bit more realistic, right? It makes it, you know, when I'm trudging through the mud or some guy knocks me over into the mud, I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to get dirty now, which is fine. We've not done Mutt here. I completely forgot about Mutt for the last part of the game. I don't know what Mutt can help with, but Mutt, terrible companion. For a hardcore playthrough, Mutt probably saved my life a billion times. Only problem is that he barks so much and it's so annoying. Very good companion for making sure that you just don't instantly die in hardcore, because you can. He will distract opponents. He will fight opponents for you, but super annoying. Horse, fine companion, but depends on what type of horse you have. Obviously, completely necessary to play the game, but yeah. I don't know what else. Like the speech system in the game is fine. I liked all the like speech checks. It's cool that you have 2 stats here, which are you have charisma and you have speech. I'm not exactly sure how they interact with each other, but you know, it's cool that like you get benefits for every gear you're wearing, right? So if I was wearing just like some threadbare, I don't know how much this is 14. But if I was wearing some peasant's clothing, then people treat me like a peasant because I look like a peasant, which I think is cool. It gives you a reason to go for and to have better and more expensive gear, right? And it was fun at the start of the game to have like very little money and then building up to having a fortune so I could buy all that gear. And I guess with going into money, game obviously has the same problem that every game in this genre does, which is that like start of the game really fun. You have no money at all, and you're really pinching at pennies. It's like I was like, ooh, I want to get a bath, but I can't really afford a bath. Oh, I want to attend the tourney, but I need food. So can I afford food and attending the tourney? What if I don't win the tourney? Because I bet 60 groschen on it, and then we get to end game where we have 108k money, and it's just like, okay, who cares anymore, right? And that's 108k that we earned the majority from city building DLC, right? But that's still like that entire DLC probably costs 50,000 gold or groschen or something. But most of that gold you can just groschen you can just get from robbing people, right? Like just be like, oh, let me find some infinite money real quick. Don't mind me, I'm just getting infinite money just real quick. Oh, okay. So we have like a 1,000 groschen here. This man is more money in his pockets than all of Bohemia, yeah. And I still can't bribe people with it, unfortunately. Surely it will carry over to Kingdom Come 2 though, right? Alright, so we have another, this is what, like 3k? Nice, awesome, I love that. Okay, let's see what we have here. Oh, just 2.4k groschen just lying around. I'll just take that immediately. And this is just one shop, right? So if you do that to every shop in every town, right, it's like you're just making infinite money. And that's not accounting for if you don't want to steal, where you're just traveling the world. There's a group of 5 bandits. You don't even have to fight them. You can just get on the horse, kite them with your bow and arrow, and kill all of them. And all their armor is probably gonna be worth 10,000 groschen, So you quickly get to the point where you have too much money to know what to do with it. Like I was running out of money from the vendors. They just didn't have enough money to like sell stuff to. So if we go up to let's do the showcase first for like a town. Like this place looks so good. Most of these buildings are enterable. They have a bunch of like people in the streets selling things. Yeah, you have these like huge expansive buildings with huge interiors, right? It's not just one door here, at least like a quest NPC. And it's not by the load screen either. You can walk in here, and from here you can walk into the building next to it. There's a lot of stuff happening over here. This leads to a bunch of other stuff. Right? Like, so just from just purely from like a oh, I think someone's using the store. Nice. Yeah, well, there's like shops, they have a big church. So yeah, it's just really big, and most of these buildings you can enter. I don't think you can enter all of them, but you can enter most of them. I've never been to this building. Can I enter this thing? Yeah, can enter that. I can enter this. Random building check. This is a shop, so you can enter that, of course. What about this building next to the shop? Can I enter this? Yep. Yeah. So that's one of those problems that, like, it's hard to balance games for people like me that will loot everything, that will steal everything, that will like manage my economy really hard. But I feel like there's like ways you could do that. Like I talked a lot about doing like a weight system. I wouldn't mind if I could only carry a very limited amount of things in this game, and if vendors were really apprehensive but buying like used or like murdered armor, right? Like if I killed someone, they're gonna be like, wait, Henry, where did you get this like random breastplate from? I'm not just gonna buy a dead man's breastplate from you. I think that would be cool. I wouldn't mind that at all. I think that would be fun. Here's all the stuff that we had in storage. So, just from a money perspective, if it keeps scrolling down, this is when we reach 1k. we probably had like a good solid like 10k or something here, or 30k I mean, just from this stuff. And then, you know, 900, it just keeps going, right? This is all the stuff that I just couldn't afford to sell at one point or another, just infinite amounts of money, right? So yeah, what else? Like, the way you find side quests is cool. It's cool to go and like just talk to like an innkeeper and like, hey, is there anything happening around here? The treasure maps are overall a fun idea. Makes it interesting to play the game again, right? Because you could be like, oh, I'm just gonna run. I know there's a, you know, we start in Rattay. I know there's a treasure right out here, so I'm just gonna like run straight there, grab the treasure, get a cool sword, get some cool armor, run over here, get the treasure here. You know, that's a cool way to like play the game on like a replay, I think. Anything else that I want to talk about before we call it quits? I don't know. I don't think so. We can look at our statistics real quick too. World time pass took us 120 days. Money acquired almost 400,000 groschen. We ate 473 food. Consumed 152 potions. That's pretty good. We traveled 773 kilometers. Jesus Christ. We dealt 66,000 damage and took 4,000. We killed 469 creatures total. We committed a little bit of... We stole 139,000 groschen worth of stuff. Pickpocketed 7.8 thousand. Completed 107 quests. Written works examined, damn. Herbs collected 70 kilos. I didn't gamble that much. I think the last thing on my mind that I want to talk about is the DLCs. I'll talk briefly about the music too, but I think the DLCs in the game were, for the most part, not great, and that's mostly because the game already has so much content in it. So like, if you have a game with like 10 quests and you add 4 DLC quests on top of it, fine. The DLCs themselves, good quests, but like it feels like they pile a bit more onto an already existing game, and it kind of adds a bit of like a weird twist to the narrative where it's like, this music is so distracting. Where the narrative before is like, it kind of turns Henry into like an everyman, right? It's like, oh, Henry is a chef, and he is a mercenary, and Henry is the bailiff, and Henry is this thing, right? It makes Henry feel like this, like, instead of being just like a regular guy, he's like John Everyman, which he kind of is in the base game too, right? But it just kind of like accentuates that a bit too much for me, and a lot of it just feels like it takes a lot of time, right? Like I didn't feel very, very compelled, but I think the mercenary one is probably the best one. That one felt Henry's him. The mercenary one I think I like the most. The other ones were a bit whatever. The girl power one with Teresa and Johanka was whatever. The Johanka was like really, really weird to get a good ending on, which I didn't like. It felt a bit like repressive to me. And the Hans one barely had you hanging out with Hans. The tournament one was cool. I actually like that the more you do it, the more like rewards you get. It was worth showing up for. A little bit slow to get started, right? It's like really, like I was just literally on my phone every time. I was like, all right, we're starting a tournament. I'm just gonna like browse Reddit to my phone for like 3 minutes, because it's just like, you know, it's like, everyone, welcome to the Rattay tournament. Today we're gonna have a duel between Sir Henry of Skalitz versus Sir Ratface the Great. They will be having a duel with swords. Everyone ready? The fight will begin once I call down the count. And it was like, the contestants are ready to fight, and soon they shall be. And then you win the first bout, and it's like, the first bout goes to Henry of Skalitz, and the second bout will be fought with hunting swords. The contestants, and it was like, oh god, please. You know, I'm just like, let me skip that or something. I just want to do fight. I don't want to listen to this guy yell out what I'm doing 600 times. Yeah, and the city building one was I was the most excited to build up Pribyslavitz. I was super excited to do more medieval simulator in this game, but it ended up being extremely lackluster, right? I was kind of expecting something way more immersive, way more sim-like, where it's like, oh, you know, I get this kind of like place that I now own. I have to like take care of it. You know, I go there. I have to maybe like get lumber, get resources, decide what to build, maybe help with the building. There's going to be people coming to me like, oh, we need help with this thing. Oh, we're under attack, blah, blah, blah. Instead, it's like, oh, Henry, go to this book. Okay, choose a building. Okay, let's run there. Okay, we built it. Okay, go back up again. Okay, this building. Okay. And that was the entire thing. It's like a huge nothing burger, essentially. Only served as a good money dump for a little bit, and then it stopped being exciting. So, yeah, pretty much where I'm at. Yeah, I think with that said, like the music in the game is really good. I love basically all the soundtracks. They're really engaging, really fun to listen to. Made traveling not be such a chore. Anytime a good little song came out. Wait, why did this fail? No, I failed. I was gonna do that last. God damn it. Gosh darn it.
Sir Capon didn't want to wait for you any longer, sir. So he left to go hunting.
That's cool. That's another point too. They do a lot of like really immersive things with the NPCs. And this, like, they actually like, it feels like a lot of the NPCs feel very alive. Like it feels like they do things that are independent of you or dependent on you. Where it's like they won't just wait for you forever. If you choose to go do something else, the game will punish you for it. So for instance, for the Merojed plague thing, I was like, oh, I'll just go do side quests. And then I returned like, where the hell were you? The entire town is dead. They do a lot of that stuff, which I think is like really cool. I actually really enjoy that. And that goes for a lot of NPCs. A lot of NPCs, depending on like how you respond to them, what choices you make, they'll actually like go their own way or do things or react in ways that feel really like living. So yeah, I think that's pretty much like all we have to say about the game. We'll go right off, then we'll give it a score, and then that's it for today. Like, man, look at this landscape. Like, how well made is this? Oh, I said I was gonna talk about this. There's a huge, what they do really well in this game, which is my favorite thing about any video game, is attention to detail. That's what I really liked about Red Dead Redemption 2 as well, right? Doing attention to detail is really expensive. It's really difficult. That's why most games don't do it. It's also people are really lazy, right? But that's a lot of the things that I've praised the game for is just attention to detail, right? If you look around here, we're at this farmyard, right? And we have what do we have here? We have a lot of farms. I feel like they kind of naturally make sense with their locations. There's a little shrine here. We have like a farmer, and this guy's like doing his stuff. There's a little pig in the yard. And this guy will actually go about his day doing tasks, and everything here feels like a real kind of like lived-in place. And if you go inside his home, you know, there'll just be like things here, like, oh, she's sitting eating her food. There's a little cauldron here. There's probably going to be some stuff in this thing. Sometimes there's stuff lying on the shelves that you can grab. I wish I was near a shop, right? But like, if you go to a shop, there will be just stuff on the tables, right? You don't just talk to NPC and there's like a menu with all the stuff on it. There's like the actual things they're selling are just on the tables. I think stuff like that is like really cool from the perspective of world building and immersion, and it adds a lot to the game to me. Same with like the horse traders, right? Like if I want a new horse, in most games you might just go to like a horse trader and you're like, oh, here, look at the stats. In this game, all the horses are going to be like out here in a little field doing their business. Like right here. Like, these are the actual horses you can buy, right? And I can go up and be like, oh, do I want to buy this horse? Nope, trash horse. What about this horse? Nope, trash horse. I think this is one of the best horses in the game, by the way. El Burak. Only slightly worse than my horse. But my horse is supposedly stinky as well, whatever that means. Yeah. Look at this guy. He's gonna go work. He's gonna go do work. Yeah, huge attention to detail, right? And that's why I feel like this like Rivals, you know, is on par with it's on par with a lot of like games with significantly bigger budgets. But I guess also with that said, before we ride off here, it's like, man, is this game janky? It has so much jank from camera positioning to enemy behavior to quest behavior to how objects interact to how your character interacts. Like, there's a lot of jank in the game. I think it's way better now than it was when it released, but there's still a lot of you have to be like prepared for a game where the systems are not perfect. And that's kind of the cost, I guess, for having this attention to detail. Let's ride off. Hello, sir.
How about it, Henry? Can we go? Are you ready for this?
Sure.
Of course. At last I'll get to see more of the country and have a bit of an outing.
Quite.
Finish the game in hardcore mode. Unfortunately, turn the music.
Let's get to it then. I finally have the feeling we're doing something worthwhile. We're helping to save the king.
Instead of saving his drunken majesty, I'd rather find that horse
Oh,
and my parents. Get the sword back.
All that for now.
Cheer up, Henry. I have a feeling you'll get your chance one day, and it won't be long in coming. Forward, men! Audentes fortuna juvat!
Sequel bait to the ending. Wait. I don't want to skip. Där! Ska vi ringa eller? Kan man knapp? Kan man knapp? Kan man knapp? Okay. Oh. Press E to continue. Continue. I want to check out our. I want to check out my other save when I played it again the first time to see how it compares to this one. What the hell? Oh my god! I guess it didn't like. Whoops. It didn't save at any point there, I guess. That's fine. I have it all recorded. I finished it, I promise. Papa. Okay, so tell me about all the DLC. Oh, I'm right at the end. Hey, look at that. So this was my original playthrough in like 2016 or whatever, whenever the game came out. Okay, I was using a racer, bit of jubo. I guess I wasn't. Oh, I was wearing the warhorse armor. Hell yeah, brother! I guess this was my roleplay outfit. Has some black gear here for stealth, probably. Full-on warhorse outfit. That makes sense. I had 60 cockerel potions on me. The hell? I don't remember that. What the hell is wrong with me? Sleep is for the weak. I must have really not liked sleep this playthrough. I did not reach max level in this. Didn't reach max level in either of these either. Ooh, alchemy only level 10. Oh, my levels in this were way worse. We hit maintenance level 20 in like 2 sessions. Vranik reputation. Oh my god, most money owned. I thought it was 1. Okay, so we traveled for 400 kilometers less in this playthrough. I spent 5.1 days drunk compared to like a few hours in the other playthrough. How many days passed? Where was that stat again? Oh, 88 days. Okay, so less days passed too. Killed way less people. But didn't take that much damage either. Value stolen, basically the same. Oh man, I finished way less quests here. I think I gambled more probably. Only a little bit. Fast travel, what the hell? Damn, imagine being able to do this, that would be crazy. Alright. Quit. Quit. Alright, nothing else to do but to give Kingdom Come a score on the list. Also added to our GG app. Let's see here. Get done now? Oh yeah. Kingdom Come Deliverance. I wrote my own Deliverance. Good gaming, Mr. Video Game Broadcaster. No, good gaming to you, Mr. Video Game Broadcaster. 26. We are at how many games played now? 25 games this year so far. Not bad. Let's see. Is Kingdom Come even on here? Kingdom Come. Wait, Kingdom Come 2 isn't even on here? Oh. No, it isn't. What the hell? What the hell? 25 games in 2026, we can only do 1 more. But I do want to break the record. Our record is 41 games. But we gotta play like 10 more games. Oh no, 20 more games this year somehow. I think that's doable. How did I play 41 games in 2023? How does this even happen? It's not like most of these are even short games. I played a bunch of short games this year. Did I just stream more or something? Kingdom You didn't react as much that year. That's true, we have done a lot of reacting, but I don't think that's been that much of a detriment. Is it Kingdom Come 2 or is it... It is just... Oh no, it is the Romans. Okay, big hype, stream DS, played, released, multiplayer, no, or no. Time to beat Kingdom Come Deliverance. You have also about 10 gaming hours per week on the extended reacts. Fun fact. Per week? 10 hours? Wouldn't it be 4 hours per week if it's 1 hour per stream? So 42 and a half, 136. 42. 5. Oh. I don't know where. I guess the in-game thing said that we played for like 101 hours or something, so I'll just add that. Also, we're almost caught up with the React stream, so we'll start doing shorter React streams again. We're probably at that point already. Just go back to like maxing out at like 30 minutes. All right. What's this look different down here? Oh no, it's fine now. Let's see. Open critic, kingdom, come Deliverance. So on the Enda scale, 10 flows masterpiece, 9 hours should play this, 8 good experience first playing, 7 good play if sounds fun, 6 alright play if you like the genre, 5 average, 4 still functioning game, 3 better with playing, 2 everyone should avoid this, 1 no redeemable qualities. Man, how do I score a game that's this good, but simultaneously this bad, you know? Eurojank out of 10. I think that it's a bit interesting from the it's good, but it's bad, -5. I think you know, sometimes the rating system we have to consider how good I think something is, right? Where it's like when I say 9 everyone should play this, the idea is that I would be like, you should play Kingdom Come. Oh yeah, you would like Kingdom Come. And honestly, I don't think most people would love Kingdom Come, but I feel like I would recommend it to a lot of people, right? I would be like, oh shit, this game is really, really, really cool. But maybe it's a bit too janky and a little bit too rough around the edges, right? Like, I've said this before, it's rare that I find a game, it's not rare, but like, I'm not usually bored streaming anything. It's extremely rare that I'm bored, but I'm not always like super engaged either, right? Like sometimes I have to like kind of like bring my like, oh god, today I have to play this game, right? The game rating scale should have a third axis rating, not just good and the bad stuff, but also the ugly. We need to make it three-dimensional. And what I mean with that is like sometimes we play games where I'm like, I have fun with the game, I'm enjoying it, I've no big complaints, I rate the game well, but I'm a little bit like, oh god, I don't know if I want to play this right now, right? Kingdom Come, super engaged almost the entire way through, right? With that said, it is a little bit rough around the edges, so I'm debating if I should put this in the 9s or not, and I feel like I shouldn't, so I'm just gonna put an 8 at the front. And then I want to think about where in the 8s I want to put this little bad boy. It's definitely high 8s for sure. I mean, it's a really, really good game. Definitely top 20 potential. I'll give it an 8.9. I'm happy with that. I think there are a few things with this game that would when I say a 9 for me, it's everyone should play this. It's a game that I would almost recommend to almost literally anyone, right? I'm like, you should play this game. You should play this game. You should play this game. And I would not feel bad about it, right? A little bit genre dependent, right? Like I wouldn't be like, oh, you should play this awful horror game or whatever. But generally speaking, it's a game that I would not feel bad recommending to practically any person, and I feel strong enough about it to defend that. And I feel like we're back into Come Deliverance, but it is slightly rough enough around the edges that it can be a little like I feel like if you're not prepared for that, if you're not used to it, if you don't necessarily like some of the mechanics, that can be very, very jarring. Does hardcore make it a better game? That's actually a good question. I didn't talk about it at all. I don't actually know. It's been so long since I played the game originally, but so I don't actually remember even what it's like to play without hardcore mode. I would say I would probably not play it on hardcore mode the first time I play it, and only because I feel like the hardcore save system is bad. And what I mean by that is like nothing's really stopping you from bringing 600 saver schnapps with you, right? Like once you get a certain point into the game, you have so much money, you have herbalism, you can just buy 600 saver schnapps. I feel like not having proper checkpoints is just an unnecessary punishment, right? 99% of my deaths in this, which forced me to backtrack, were completely avoidable and could have been avoided if I just saved all of them, right? Practically all of them, with a few minor exceptions. So just it feels a bit dumb to not just have the auto checkpoints, right? Like they don't do anything. They created like a little fake scarcity of like, oh, saver schnapps, right? So I'd probably say like because of that, I wouldn't recommend it for first time players. But I think having no fast travel is actually good. I think that like that to me that made the world feel bigger, and it made it fun to travel because you're like, oh, I don't know where I am exactly, and then you have to like learn like over time. You're like, oh, I know where I am now because of this thing or that thing. I recognize this road. I know where this path goes, and I really like that. That can be frustrating if you're not good at navigating, but I really like that from my perspective, where I am decent at navigating. It was fun to. It was not super fun when you're on a quest and it's like, go find this thing in the forest. But it was fun when it's like, oh, I got to get to Ushitz. Where am I right now? Oh, I'm here. Okay, then right to this forest. Wait, where am I? Oh, do I recognize something? Oh, there's a broken building over there. I know where that is. You know, so that is real cool. So I don't know what else hardcore really adds though. I think a lot of the hardcore additional modifiers were pointless. I'm glad I didn't pick them. Like, you know, oh, earn less XP. Oh, if you have a helmet on, you have less stamina. That type of stuff not interesting to me. I think they could have done a way better job to make those actually interesting. I picked the milk toast ones like Nightmare, which was just annoying. Just, oh, every time you wake up, rest for 2 hours. Like, okay, I don't care. And I took additional fall damage. Once again, completely pointless, right? Because all of them just felt kind of boring. I would love for more interesting negative perks that like kind of change how the game plays or makes it a bit more dynamic, right? That would be cool. But yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think the 8.9 in this case is like pretty much where I would put the game. You know, if I was trying to be more biased towards myself, probably somewhere in the low 9s. But if I'm trying to like keep to my rating scale, I think like a high 8 makes more sense. It's one of those games where it's like, if you're a bit of a variety gamer, if you don't like playing different games, this is one of those experiences definitely worth having. And I was forward to seeing what Kingdom of Deliverance 2 has in store for us. 7.2 from critics. That's wild. Oh, but a lot of that, I guess to be fair though, I feel like the game is way less buggy than it was when I played it originally. And I wonder if a lot of these reviews are going to be like, oh, you know, just a very janky game. Overly rigorous core mechanics can get in the way of your enjoyment. Bugs and glitches are unfairly hold progress. Yeah. And this can happen with quests too, which can be annoying, right? Like a quest could just bug out randomly. That's what these people said. We're going to familiar fantasy tropes of elves, orcs, blah blah blah. Character models get reused too often. That's true. Aside from the Jaunty Tavern tune, that is sure to get stuck in your head. Kingdom Come's soundtrack is largely forgettable. I don't know that. But it's slow mythological, demanding patience and practice to master. The detection for interacting with objects can be very finicky. That's also true. Oh, replay moderate. Why did they give the 5.75 with this? I think they would have like more negative things to say about it. Oh, yeah, countless technical issues, yeah. I think a lot of this will be for technical issues, which it feels like they've fixed. This game feels significantly less Yankee now than it did when I played it originally. So yeah, that's it for that. Good journey. I had a lot of fun with it. Hope everyone else enjoyed it too. What this means for us is that when I return on Saturday, we'll be playing more Danganronpa. That will not be a new game. And then on Sunday, I'll be back with something new, something fresh. I have some ideas of what I want to play, but I'll probably go through this list and take a little gander at all my exes here that live in Texas. Wait, we played those, didn't we? Oh, we did. Nice. So I'll probably look through these, see what ends up being a thing here, and then choose something depending on what my mood feels like. I have a decent idea what I want to play though, so we'll see what we jump into. Should be a fun time. Oh, I don't know why I jumped over there. Let me turn this off. Oh, not that. Is anyone streaming right meow? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, gamers. Thank you all so much for being here. Hope you all had a fantastic video gaming time. I'll be back regular time on Saturday at 12:00 Central Time, 12 GMT +2. Schedule down below, local time zones, all that good stuff. We'll be playing some what's it called? Danganronpa, a anime game about reading things. Which, you know, if you're into that sort of thing, that should be enjoyable. And then we'll be back on Sunday with a new game. If you're new, follow the stream on Discord, all that good stuff. We're gonna head over to Elvar Chainbreaker, who raided us like a week or so ago, and was also in chat earlier. Seems like a cool person. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Good journey. We will be looking towards playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 soon-ish. I'm thinking probably after GTA though. That would probably be my estimate. So I don't want to jump. I think I'm too Kingdom Come out of my mind right now. I need a little break. So we'll look into playing that when we have a little bit more. I'm a little bit less into the whole mechanical part of it, I guess. So soon, TM, not right away, but at some point in the near future, we're playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Need to play some more Yakuza games as well, but yeah. That's it for me. Love you all, appreciate you all. Hope you had a fantastic game time. Have a great end of your week. Have a great Friday. See you all on Saturday. Keep farting fouls, and bye-bye. The dance. A cub. Hey, yeah.